Dear ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome you here in Slovenian Digital Center in Ljubljana at hybrid edition of European Blockchain Week, Blockchain and AI for European Green Deal, organized in framework of Slovenian presidency of the Council of European Union. European Blockchain Week has an ambition to showcase the contribution of blockchain and AI to European Green Deal and digital transition. Following new European twin to green and digital transition and the role of advanced technologies to support the transition, we had a great opportunity for manifestation of positive impact of technologies on the transformation of European economy and society. The intention of the event is therefore to guide us to various opportunities, technologies that can provide on the way to achieve more competitive and resilient economy while enabling better quality of jobs and life of our society. In the light of COVID-19 pandemic, the European Green Deal is the foundation of European response built around green transition with governments, businesses, and societies with focus to the recovery. I would like to thank more than 30 partner organizations and sponsors for great collaboration and supporting in preparation of the event. Event with more than 1,000 participants, more than 100 speakers, and more than 25 different panels and workshops. Dear all, I wish you a lot of fruitful debates, new connections, and long-term partnerships as foundation for utilizing the power of blockchain and AI for realizing European Green Deal. Have a nice day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will put my mask off now because you can hear me easier what I speak. I'm very glad to open this Slovenian Hungary Business Forum. This is the first event in the series of events that we have in EU Blockchain Week, which is organized in the framework of the presidency of EU of Slovenia. Today also we have my peer colleague Viktor Sabo, which will talk after me, and Cornel Kalosai, which is representative of the Hungarian blockchain ecosystem, and many of the companies that are going to have matchmaking time after that. But if I start with Slovenia, as you know, we were a kind of pioneering blockchain from 2017 when we started to build our ecosystem, and it became quite strong in these years, also through many activities that we did on the national level, on the European level, and on the regional level as a whole Europe. If I can remind you, we were the first country to launch EU, or to launch action plan, which was a kind of strategy that was among first in European Union, that showed what would be the tasks regarding regulatory issues, regarding implementation issues, and regarding the roles of each which is on charge. So the government, companies, and also supporting organizations. I'm very happy to see that we managed to build a quite strong ecosystem, which we started in 2017, and it is growing. And it is growing not only in sense of growing the number of the enterprises, but growing in the knowledge manner. We are getting more and more knowledge and transferring it within different stakeholders in the ecosystem. We were very proud in 2018 for two things. We first entered into European Blockchain Partnership. This was the network, is a unique network between European member states and the European Commission, within which we started to build European blockchain services infrastructure and certain use cases that today in the following sessions will be presented in detail. Besides that, we in Slovenia started to build a financial ecosystem around blockchain, and we announced demo pilot projects where we requested from the applicants to include blockchain and AI into the projects. On the other hand, we requested from the applicants to take into consideration what would be the impact of the technology on sustainability, which is very in line with this title, Technology for the People. So we now have the results, how the technology can impact environmentally, socially, and economically to the people. For the next steps, we know that last year, a recovery and resilience facility was established. Under the recovery and resilience facility, we also applied for cross-border project EBSI for multi-country implementation. Now we have at least 4 activities that are going to be implemented. First, it will be upgrading of EBSI regarding the integrating of national infrastructures into one common infrastructure, and then upgrading to European blockchain services infrastructure. The second activity is planned to have early adopters scheme. The third activity would be to support the opening of the nodes of the infrastructure in additional institutions in Slovenia, as we are we have the milestone to optimize and decrease the administrative burdens. The fourth is the establishment of the competence center. So these would be activities for the future, and we will have a lot to do in the area of blockchain, in the area of AI. You know that national plan for AI was established with very detailed measures, with very focused measures, how AI will be supported. But what we want is to increase the implementation of AI also in the companies, because it is still on the research and development level, and to converge both technologies together. This would be all from my side for today. Thank you very much. I would like to invite Viktor Sabo to present what are the activities of Hungary, and after that, Kornél Kaloszai. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lena. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, distinguished guests, welcome. Good morning to all on this, the first day of the European Blockchain Week. Thank you very much for the Slovenian organizers for this event. Well, as you can see, we are still under a bit restricted circumstances, but hopefully in the near future we can go back to fully in-person events. Now, as Nena mentioned, my name is Viktor Sabo. I'm from the Ministry for Innovation and Technology from Hungary, and I am the Hungary's representative to the European Blockchain Partnership. And as such, I would like to give you a brief overview of the Hungarian blockchain landscape from the perspective of a public administration official. Now, I know that this is a business forum, and these are business partners, mostly enterprises who are participating. But in order to build a an inclusive and thriving blockchain ecosystem altogether, I believe that the cooperation between public and private actors, stakeholders are a must, are a necessity. So I must admit that I am no expert by any means, but in the previous months and years as a representative to the European Blockchain Partnership, I've come to know many people and I've come to see the dedication and drive of people who are already quite familiar with blockchain technology and of its potential future applications. Now, it's been also my experience that the blockchain community as a whole can be sometimes a bit, well, let's say, closed off from the wider society. People who are already aware of the technology's possible benefits are, of course, easier to convince to use such technologies. But what about the people who are, well, not outright against using such technologies, just a bit, well, let's say, indifferent? People who are satisfied with the methods that they are currently operating it and don't really yet see the added benefits of distributed ledger technologies or blockchain. How to convince them? Well, my suggestion in this regard would be something that is quite easily said, but perhaps a bit harder to execute. It would be more use cases. We have to aim to try to better demonstrate the practical benefits of such a technology and not just the novelty of blockchain solutions. We need clear proof of added value because in order for stakeholders to replace or partially even restructure their current operating methods, that takes a lot of investment. And this is where my role as a public administration official comes in, seeing as how public actors are often the ones who are a bit slower to move with regards to technological innovation. And it takes a lot of investment on their part as well. It is for this reason that in order to effectively utilize blockchain technologies in this kind of environment, we need to demonstrate clear added value through practical use cases. Now, as Dana mentioned, the European blockchain services infrastructure being built by the EBP, I think that they managed to find the correct approach in as much that the EBSI is not only a collection of technical capabilities, but also use case examples that are meant to demonstrate to average users how the technology is supposed to work. What I mean by that is reliable digital identification, secure document storage, and traceability. These are terms that could be easily integrated into digital strategies, into the everyday functioning of public administration institutions. In Hungary, we found that the best way to try and identify such use cases, such practical applicability, is through broad multi-stakeholder consultation. It's for this reason that even before we have joined the EBP, we have already set up domestically a multi-stakeholder blockchain working group dedicated to identifying possible breakout points for successful integration of blockchain technologies, not just to public administration, but to the wider commercial processes. Because of the multi-stakeholder nature of this, the membership of the working group included representatives of our Ministry of the Interior, Ministry of Finance, the National Tax Authority, the Central Bank, and the Ministry for Innovation and Technology, which is my ministry, as well as a couple of professional trade associations that better represented the viewpoint of enterprises, especially SMEs. Now, the main findings of this working group were that, one, we need broad public awareness of the technology itself. Two, there should be a transparent and reliable regulatory environment in place. And three, we should aim to establish effective incentive structures for blockchain utilization. So these are the main lines of thinking that we are currently trying to move forward in encouraging blockchain uptake in the Hungarian ecosystem. Some of our most recent and perhaps notable achievements are that the Hungarian node of the European blockchain service infrastructure has been up and running for quite some time in the governmental agency for IT development. This is also under the supervision of my ministry, the Ministry for Innovation and Technology. There are currently ongoing talks with various institutions, mostly universities, of setting up multiple other EBSI nodes, their own nodes. And with this process, simultaneously, we are planning pilot projects utilizing EBSI capabilities. We're mainly looking into the diploma use cases. On another track, based on the inputs of professional associations, there's currently a pretty comprehensive blockchain regulatory instrument under discussion between the relevant ministries. We've also compiled a comprehensive map of blockchain stakeholders in Hungary, but seeing as Cornel will speak after me, he will be able to tell you probably more about this. And one of the perhaps most specific recent achievements is that we aim to create a more competitive system of taxation with regards to revenue realized on crypto assets. We believe that this could be highly conducive to further growth. It was in May of this year that our Minister of Finance proposed cutting the tax for crypto-related revenues to 15% by the year 2022. This would be from the current rate of capital gains tax of 30.5%. So this would be basically halving the tax. And perhaps on a lighter note, I can also mention as an achievement that it's only been a couple of days that in Hungary we have erected a statue to the legendary Bitcoin founder Satoshi Nakamoto, which is, I guess, a nice gesture, but I believe that Cornel will also have a couple of words on this as well. So this was just a brief overview of the blockchain landscape from, like I said, a mostly public administrative point of view. I would say that there is a fair potential for growth, but perhaps not always a clear vision for the way forward for potential use cases. So it's for this reason that I believe that events such as this week's conference and today's business forum can provide ample opportunity for stakeholders to share ideas and best practices, and thus perhaps inspire those who are still unsure about the way forward. So it is in this hope that I wish you all a successful conference a whole week through, and to discover mutually beneficial cooperation opportunities between Hungarian and Slovenian partners. Thank you very much for your attention.
I would like also welcome you everybody here, and I would like to highly thank you, Nena and Tadej, for organizing this huge event, especially this business forum, which is very useful for Hungary and for Slovenia, just to have a matchmaking possibilities. I have a presentation here, so I will share with you. All right, it's cool, it's working. Actually, I made just a short presentation showing the Hungarian blockchain ecosystem. It's a short overview about what we are doing and how it is working in Hungary. Blockchain Hungary is an association. We have founded in 2018. Our basic aim is to foster the ecosystem, for example, matchmaking for companies, which we connect big companies with small companies. And that's why I'm very happy for this event, because internationally we can do this matchmaking, and that's why we have representatives from Hungary participating in this event as well. We have done a regulatory concept for Hungary, because our aim is also just to have an overview what and how should be regulated in Hungary. As Victor already told us, we are working with him especially, and working with the Digital Welfare Program and with Ministry of Innovation and Technology. And as Victor has already told, we had made a big achievement because in the Hungarian legislation, there is a definition for crypto assets, and there is a lower level income tax for crypto assets. And also we are participating in a European Digital Innovation Hub. Hopefully there will be an open call for that. And we are focusing on this hub, blockchain technology and digital trust, which means that not just the technology, but for all the ecosystem with economic and legislative point of views. As Victor already said, we have a strong community in Hungary. As a result, we have set up this statue of Satoshi Nakamoto, who has started not just the Bitcoin, but as the first good use case for blockchain technology. We are doing regional events, and we have big blockchain conferences. So we are quite active as a whole crypto community. We have several meetups focusing on different types of perspective of blockchain technology. In 2018, we have done a blockchain landscape where we have put together all the different entities related with blockchain technologies. It was always a big question that how many companies, how many entities working on this ecosystem in Hungary. So that's why we start to collect and put it on the table, or put it in a format, a way where we can and everybody can share and see that how much organizations and how much different entities are on this ecosystem. So in 19, we had 96 entities, which was quite surprising for us, because on 19, you know, it's from the crypto point of view, it's a bad season. But anyway, more and more companies are focusing on blockchain ecosystem. And on that time, there were three main categories: knowledge sharing, service, and implementation categories. And we have 13 subcategories. And the biggest one of these was for startups. On that time, we had 16 startups. It was a big information point for media and portals. We had 13 of that. And we have 10 companies who are focusing on development of blockchain technology or blockchain development. So it was a quite big ecosystem at that time. This blockchain landscape is available from our website, so you can easily access and you can easily check about these companies. But what we had done is we have just made the second version of this landscape, which is actually under progress. And this is the first announcement of this landscape. And this week we will publish on our website, and we will publish in Hungary this landscape. And the difference between the two, that at the moment it seems that we have more entities focusing on blockchain. We have 109 entities. We still have three main categories, but we have two more subcategories. Because we have now platform and we have now blockchain security subcategories. We have the biggest change, of course, related with startups. We have at the moment 18 startups focusing on blockchain, but there is a quite big change between of them. Like a half of them, previously half of them was out or is out of the business, and we have several new ones who has already starting to work on that. The biggest is for the media and portals. We have 19 of that, so it's quite much bigger than previously we had. And it seems that more and more companies are participating in development. And we can see at the moment in Hungary that more and more companies get in contact with us just to ask for blockchain and how this blockchain is working and how they can participate in this blockchain field. So it seems that there's a big demand in this market. And what is also interesting that because of the high demand for crypto assets, we have at the moment 13 Hungarian crypto tokens projects, which is not included in this landscape because we are focusing on more blockchain than crypto. But it's quite interesting that even we have now like more and more crypto and token projects in Hungary. So we are going to publish it in this week because of we would like to focus on the European Blockchain Week, and in this event we would like to participate in as a participants and with this landscape as well. If you have any more questions, just feel free to contact me. You can check our website and you can send me an email. I would like to wish you all a good conversation for today, and thank you for listening me.
So like to congratulate you for the statue of Satoshi that you were opening a few days ago. This is really the thing. We also had a monument in the roundabout in Kran when Bitcoin sign was opened 3 years ago. And I wish you luck with the development of the ecosystem and blockchain technology as such. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Paunovic from the Serbian Cabinet of Prime Minister to join us as a guest country within that Slovenian-Hungary Business Forum. Please, Mr. Paunovic.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting Republic of Serbia as a guest country to this event. It is my great pleasure and honor to, in a few minutes, tell you a little bit more about what's happening in Serbia and where we are now in terms of blockchain development. So I'd like to say, to start with the fact that back in 2017, Serbia had the largest ICO in the world. Game Credits raised more than $50 million at that time. And also in the mid-2017, Markets to Markets report identified Serbia among top 5 countries in the world by number of blockchain developers. Since then, the ecosystem continued to develop fairly quickly. We have Serbian Blockchain Initiative formed in Serbia and continued the joint work of the government of the Republic of Serbia and the private sector in development of the area in Serbia. And that kind of culminated in 2020. Last year, we developed and the Parliament of the Republic of Serbia adopted a completely new law on digital assets. So Serbia is, as far as I know, the first country in the region that has the law dedicated to digital assets in Serbia. So the main goal was to support tokenization, to support financing of new projects through tokenization, to regulate crypto exchanges, to regulate wallets, and to create the business environment to develop and support these new technologies in Serbia. So now we have a couple of crypto exchanges applied for the official license. So the law came into effect in July 1st of this year. And now we are licensing crypto exchanges. They will be fully licensed entities oversaw by the Securities Exchange Commission of Serbia and the National Bank of Serbia. Serbia was also identified as one of the top 5 activation ecosystem in the world in the Startup Genome Report from 2019. and blockchain was identified as a sector strength within the startup ecosystem in Serbia. Regarding startup ecosystems, we are now developing the official government startup ecosystem development strategy that is going to be adopted by the end of this year, also by the government of Serbia, where we identified several key measures from additional financing and supporting venture capital funds through putting together the startup register in order to have a good overview of what startups we have in Serbia, and in order for the government to be able to support them in a more meaningful way, all the way to education, where we made coding as a mandatory subject since 5th grade of elementary schools 4 years ago. And actually now this year, the first generation of kids that had coding as a subject for 4 years, they left the elementary school in Serbia. The Ministry of Finance also put together an explanation on how to deal with crypto in accounting terms. So if your company collects digital assets, how they can keep them in their books, how they can account. We also have the clear taxation rules in Serbia. So regarding digital assets and crypto assets, we can say we have a really favorable business environment in Serbia. There are also several notable projects in Serbia. The largest DeFi company in the world, Celsius, earlier this year bought the whole team from their technology partner MVP Workshop, and now they have around 100 people, their team in Serbia. And there are also startups that raised a couple of tens of millions of dollars in their development. Also, several fairly big development companies in blockchain area. So we do consider in Serbia blockchain to be still a sector strength of the country. We are still supporting its development, and with some horizontal measures that the government of Serbia is adopting, we do hope to support the blockchain development as well. I'll just mention that we have accelerated R&D deduction and IP box in Serbia, which are tax incentives that dramatically lower corporate income tax of Serbia for companies that are developing R&D and IP, where corporate income tax can legally go down to zero. And from next year, we already announced, and by the end of this year, we are expecting the parliament to adopt a new measure that will decrease tax and social contribution for salaries for people working on R&D projects in Serbia for 70%. There is also 70% decrease for employment of foreigners and repats in Serbia. So we are actually creating a business environment where we want international teams to get joined in Serbia and to work from Serbia for global markets. And we see blockchain as one of the main areas or main verticals that we want to support with all the measures that we are adopting and offering the market. I would, for the end of this short speech, I would like to bring your attention to the website innovations.serbiacreates.rs, where you can see more information about the Serbian tech ecosystem, incentives that the government is offering, and what we are doing here in Serbia. Of course, whatever questions you have, either now or via email later, I would be more than happy to answer you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nenad Paunovic. I hope that this is also the occasion to start the cooperation between Slovenian and Serbian companies, and also between the governments, as it can be very supportive also for your country to enter into certain European processes so that we can keep the development in the region on the very high level regarding advanced technologies and blockchain as such. Now, I hope that you will stay a little bit with us because we have really interesting cases that are going to be presented now for the matchmaking. If I can explain just briefly how we are going to go through this. First, I will invite the companies, but please remember how you are, how the things are going to do, because I'm not going to announce one by one. So in the first set, Slovenian companies are invited to present themselves, each maximum 3 to 5 minutes, and then we will have a discussion. So Origin Trail, Tomaž Levak, Hashnet, Tadej Slapnik, Sun Contract, Gregor Novak, Telemach, Igor Bistričić, and Probit, Alen Lipuš. After that, Hungarian companies, I hope that they or you managed to join us. This is 4IG, Gyula Solmons, then Einar Hash, Daniel Jok, Ilgon Attila Vidakovic, Inlog Victoria Kazar, and Insurwitz Adam Ferenci. For the closing session of matchmaking, Ilya Rankovic will participate from Serbia. And please, first, Tomaž Levak, if you can join me here at the stage. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Nina, for this kind introduction, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks the organizers for inviting us. This is quite a special event that we're holding today. It's kind of physical as well as digital. So also hi to all of to everyone that's following online. Origin Trails. Let me just put this here real quick. Origin Trail. We started off the company roughly 10 years ago, focused on something that has grown into an ecosystem that it is today. Our focus lies on trusted data exchanges that have interoperability, interconnectivity, and integrity enshrined in it. Trace Labs, which is the company, we are the core developers of Origin Trail. And throughout this decade of work that we've put into this, we've been fortunate enough to work with some of the very interesting companies that are global leaders in their domains. We're really excited that two of those, BSI as well as the Home Depot, are also going to be joining us in a panel on this event on Wednesday. So everyone that is taking part in the whole event, of course, warmly welcome to join us. Again, I'm really excited for this opportunity to take that's taking place today and exchange ideas with our counterparts from Hungary. It's quite an opportunity to have a chance under the umbrella of the presidency of Slovenia, from the Council of the European Union, to be able to speak on such important topics as blockchain technologies, as well as the revolution that is starting. And we're really excited to be a part of that and looking forward to forward the entire initiative further. Thank you very much, and looking forward to the next part. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tadej Slapnik, and I'm a director of Hashnet company, a company that it was established in 2018 with main focus of activities and expertise, like listed here on the slide. First, as a blockchain infrastructure company, we are providing either public, either private blockchain infrastructure networks But besides that, we also help either governments, either companies to prepare their blockchain strategies and to also support them to build up the competencies in the field of blockchain technologies. Main characteristics of our blockchain infrastructure, hashnet protocol behind is, of course, that it's really fast, up to 50,000 transactions per second, with also much cheaper usage of the technology comparing to the others, and easier to use because we prepare the Ethereum virtual machine on top of it. That means that actually all the applications that are running on Ethereum can easily migrate to our infrastructure. Some comparison with the other protocols where, of course, among the high speed, we are really proud also that for now we are the only company that's in partnership with the Telemark company here in Slovenia build the national test blockchain infrastructure, so-called C-chain, that it's up and running from December 2019. Why we use the national test blockchain network, of course, to test the transactions, to implement the first use cases on it, and of course to collaborate on the European level in various cross-border projects where we are collaborating with countries like Italy, Croatia, Spain, Luxembourg in building the interoperable cross-border blockchain infrastructure. Then I will conclude with my presentation to open the space for future collaboration, either with companies from Hungary, either also with all other stakeholders involved in the European Blockchain Week 2021. Actually, the areas of potential collaboration is as Hashnet to become official partner and reseller in your country. We can collaborate on your existing projects, and of course we can prepare new projects together, also in the line of utilizing blockchain technologies and achieving European Green Deal. Thank you for your attention. Please contact us.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's my big pleasure to be here on the European Blockchain Week. Thank you for organizing and inviting us. I'm Gregor Novak, director of the Sun Contract project. While we're waiting for the presentation, so a few words about Sun Contract. It's a global energy marketplace. We're working with the field of the energy, so to connecting people on the retail side. So it means the direct connecting people who can trade electricity without intermediate. That's the aim of the blockchain, of course. We are solving few problems. One is that you know that that existing energy field is utility based, and the second, we know we have a single market on the European level, but not a retail single market. We have a wholesale single market, and we would like to solve this problem as well. And third one, we know all climate change. We also help to mitigate the climate crisis, so with sustainability and self-sufficiency. So what we want to do, for a simple example, we already do something, but let's say on the global scale or the European scale, we want to connect a retail customer, let's say from Hungary with Slovenian, or from Croatia with German customer, that they can trade directly each other. So up to now it's not possible, but yeah, I think we will be very soon. So our platform is up and running for also already 3 years. We are verified, we are legal compliant, and we actually bring peer-to-peer energy marketplace on the national level in Slovenia, and it's working here. So our services, which are already up and running. Our base is peer-to-peer energy marketplace. People can do personal deals. They can trade each other personally and move energy from one another. Of course, energy monitoring, which is the part of the platform. People can move energy surpluses in case of self-sufficiency net metering scheme, which is here in place in Slovenia. Of course, we support renewable energy resources because all our suppliers are just RES suppliers. And of course, the latest, but not the least, actually we combine and we support crypto. Our customers can pay energy in Slovenia already for 3 years with crypto or with fiat currency. This is both compliant. So our traction, there are some numbers regarding our growth just in Slovenia, and these are some predictions what is going to be in Slovenia. But now, as I said, we are going to go around Europe with another services, so this number will be much higher. So, as I said, we are operating 3 years and more, and our revenue is 6 million, positive cash burn rate. So what we are doing now is to preparing, making our platform for 1 million users and establishing and putting a new energies global services, which we introduced in the end of this year in Dubai in World Expo. And of course, moving to another new energy marketplace. So thank you very much. This is a short introduction. You can contact me anytime. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Igor Bistričić. I'm a head of infrastructure in Telemach Slovenia. Our guest from Slovenia already knows about Telemach. So it's I will be short about that. We are the largest or among two largest companies in IP sector in Slovenia. So we are providing the network, the optic, the television, pay television, mobile, and recently we are going to the new technologies as a strategic invention we are decided to do. We are heavily investing in data center technology in the last 2 years. So we built the new data center in our company. Part of that new data center is also the solar plant with 3,000 square meters of area, which provide us approximately about 30 to 35% of the data center energy we are using for providing our services. Also, in connection with our data center and solar plant, we are also heavily investing in the third pillar of our technology innovation, and this is the blockchain. That's why we are here. That's why we are supporting our companies in Slovenia on the blockchain technology. That's why we are trying to establish together with HashNet and together with the Ministry of Economics in Slovenia of our common blockchain infrastructure. And it's growing and it's already in the test version and it's already established and it's called SE Chain, if anybody already heard about that. So we bring 1 year and a half, approximately, it was the first attempt that we put onward the common Slovenian infrastructure, which will be accessible for the most of the companies. In the future, I will be glad to see more and more companies on this platform. And at the moment, we are together with the HashNet and together with our government, we are building a concern of the companies which will be involved in the future development of the Slovenian blockchain. There are lots of projects which we have in mind for the future, but the most important one is that we are beginning, or we made the initial project, and we trying to make some economic portfolio for doing the first implementation of distributed storage, the first implementation of the production, the whole SE chain, which can connect all the companies with the methodology of getting the volley. So getting the digital identity, the getting, accessing to the resources which this blockchain platform actually can provide. Okay, in behind it will be the space dedicated on the blockchain platform for every company which wants to support, which wants to develop something for them. And also we will provide basically for free also the access for the storage and the development tools for doing the whole infrastructure and the whole idea of the joint companies inside of the SE chain. We suppose that this part will be started in the Q1 next year. So everybody, the information about that, the information about SE chain as a project, the information about the resources, the information about platform, you can get from Tadej Slapnik, which is our basically colleague, because we are so long are into this. For now, all from me. So about the idea, about the infrastructure, about the methodology, about the companies which are already involved in that, and about of the first milestones we have until the end of this year, and about Q1 and next year, so 2022, you can get from me or from today or from Nena herself. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Alan. I'm project manager of company Probit. We were established 30 years ago, dealing mainly in classical business development. But I won't bore you too much with our ordinary operations, because Probit is known for always looking for progressive and new technologies. That's why 3 years ago, with the help of EU Development Fund, we decided that we will build a new product based on blockchain called Work and Skill. It will be launched in the end of this year. It is a global decentralized autonomous job market, and basically it solves the problem of trust on the freelancing platforms and so forth. And also we are connecting companies and other teams that they can exhibit, for example, instant verifiable skill sets on peer-to-peer platforms. So basically it is blockchain-based freelancing portal connecting clients with freelancers and companies with teams and so forth. And it is basically one of the only ones, only one platform that is like zero risk, because if you do certain task and you get not only the payment, but also the competence is rewarded, you know that what you see is what you get, because competencies are immutably minted on the blockchain as NFTs. So basically, it is the Work and Skill platform is a combination of distributed ledger technology, escrow services, smart contracts. It offers a professional development tracking for individuals and for teams, and it also has implemented online dispute resolution service. So, for example, if you're not happy with the service provided, you can then opt to get your dispute resoluted by neutral auditors who are themselves part of the platform. So basically how this process works is you first create a project, separate it into tasks, you find competent workforce, you know that they are competent because they exhibit immutable competencies written on the blockchain. Of course, there is still an issue of how do you know that the issuer is trustworthy, but this is something that we are working on separately with something called like verifiable decentralized registry, but this is a problem that is affecting all in this ecosystem, not just us. So you find a competent workforce, you can negotiate the conditions of work, you create an escrow contract, and then you complete the work. And besides the money, you also get your competencies that were also a subject of negotiations. For example, if the company is asking to build a website, but you know that the competencies required for that are much larger than the company is giving you, you can negotiate the competency cluster as well. So basically, this is an overview of the whole process that is going on the blockchain. We are also, of course, connecting educational institutions on the platform because, as you know, you have to start somewhere. And as a student, you can gain competencies by attending different study programs and also through student work, so that you don't, when you enter a workforce, when you enter a job market, you don't start from scratch, because we know that more and more young people have difficulties in entering the job market. I think that McKinsey company, their studies show that 79% of young people have difficulties in entering job market. So this is a kind of way to ease their transition from academia to job market and job search, because if they can get credible competencies throughout their career, even in high school or college, they can then be more prominent at the job market. Of course, we didn't forget about the core of our platform, the competencies. They are basically built from a bottom up, community-based, community-driven. Everyone can provide a description, and then they can vote on that. But of course, they have a certain schema. So the competencies are, for example, based on Bloom's taxonomy and also compliant with all the European agendas for competencies. So that's basically it. I'm right there. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Yeah, but basically, we are launching at the end of the year. We are always identifying new emerging use cases for this. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to present.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for inviting me to this nice opportunity. And it's a pleasure to be here personally from Hungary. A few words about NRHash. We are providing power plant optimization by connecting decentralized data centers. Our core business started in 2019. Where we developed our first data center. We are also manufacturers, and we are also providing energy solutions for the power generators. We are currently present in multiple countries, around 6 or 7 countries, and we are expanding our operations, maybe also to Slovenia as well. We bring together the investment sector and also the energy sector, and we provide the solutions and the expertise from the Bitcoin mining and data center solutions. Recently, there were a lot of rumors about the emissions of the data centers and also the bad emissions, or how to say, the coal emissions from the Bitcoin mining. But the data centers are one of the best solutions to provide balancing services and also the flexibility for the power grid and for the power generator sector. We can optimize the power plant production by controlling the consumption of the data centers and also providing balancing services for the power grid. Our first project was developed in Hungary with one of the leading electricity companies, where we integrated a data center into a virtual power plant portfolio of 20 power plants. We optimized the production of a local district heating power plant, and we reached 40% more energy efficiency at the power production by combined heat and power generation. And we are taking part on the balancing responsible market day by day and on the 15 minutes markets as well. In this case, you can integrate more renewable power generation or assets on the power grid, because the volatility of the power plants must be like balanced according to the demands. We can also reduce the emissions of power generators at the oil drilling sites, because at oil drilling locations there are multiple gases coming from, and we can mitigate the flared gases for them. We have a project we are working on also in Hungary and also in Texas for oil drilling companies, where we can decrease by 90% the emissions. Also, we are working in New Zealand, where we can utilize 2 megawatt of hydropower capacity at a 100 years old hydropower plant. We have no emissions at all at the location, and the national power grid operator can utilize our flexibility on the power grid as well. And we are also working in Sweden with the state government to develop a project together on the northern region for 10 megawatt of flexible data center solution. These projects are already ongoing, so later on we will announce these as well. Thank you for your attention, and please find my contacts here.
Thank you very much. I see your peer here in the second row, so I hope that you will have, after this matchmaking, fruitful discussion and possible cooperation. Now, I would like to invite the InLog company, Mr. Geza, if you can join us.
So, hello everybody. I am Zoltán Demeter from Hungary, representing InLog. I'm glad to be here personally. And before I starting my presentation, I want to make a small survey who had heard about InLog. I think that you are not familiar with our services. The reason is because till today, we didn't invest in marketing. And that's the reason why I'm here, to change that behavior. But let's put aside the joke and let's see. Okay, so without investing in marketing, the organic growth of our company numbers, it's meaning that currently we have around 60 million USD asset under management. We have 15,000 customers, and basically we had founded a lending and borrowing platform, and we started our operation in 2017. Our services is including providing saving accounts for our customers, crypto collateralized borrowing services. We are providing swap services for the crypto assets. We have a loyalty and a referral program in place, and we have introduced our own utility token as well. Currently, we are supporting on our platform 15 cryptocurrencies. The last one introduced on the platform was ADA last month. And I am happy to announce that last week we finished the Solana integration, and basically we are launching this week Solana on our platform as well. Basically, we are So our customers who are lending their crypto assets to us, we are paying interest on those assets. The interests are calculated daily, but redeemed weekly. And of course, they are compounded interest. And as you've seen in my previous slide, let's say we pay 5% on Bitcoin and 12% on USD coin. We are providing lending services for the borrowers, but all the lendings are collateralized. What's the meaning of that is, for example, if you need Bitcoin, then you collateralize USDC or vice versa. We have we are supporting 5 types of collaterals, and on our platform, you can have multiple loans in the same time. So we are not limiting the number of the loans. We do not operate with the fiat money. So you can invest just the crypto assets, what you already have, and on our platform, you can exchange them. We have a referral program as well, as I mentioned, and just by one referral, you can earn up to $300. As I mentioned, till now, we have just retail customers, and we try to grow mainly abroad through partners. And for this reason, since this year, we have started our white label services, and basically we are offering our services, we're trying to offer our services to partners abroad. And what's the meaning of the white label services? Basically, we are providing all the background. Our partners have access to our APIs, and they are managing just the customers, and everything else is provided by ourselves. So thank you for the opportunity to let me to present our services, and I'm here if you have questions. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. And I would like to thank all the Hungarian representatives of the companies coming here. It is really nice to see you here. And also, I hope that you will join us in today's and in further meetings as well. Now I would like to invite 4IG and the representative to present their use case. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Apologies, my camera is not working on the laptop, but I hope that I can still present this way. I'm not sure, we don't actually need the presentation, I can just go through with you. First, I would like to introduce Gyula Solymos, who cannot be here, but he's the leading expert and manager with the various blockchain projects in 4IG. And then Bence Chutora, who's representing him in today's presentation. So 4IG is one of the leading companies in the Hungarian IT and ICT markets. We play a leading role in Hungary's knowledge-based digital economy. We have been present in the field of industry and industry-independent innovative technologies for more than 25 years, constantly expanding our services, staff portfolio in response to the changes of the ICT market. We have a broad spectrum solution provisioned. The company, in addition to IT, has significant interest in satellite telecommunications, UAV technologies, integrated enterprise management, process management systems, as well as data centers. And although our IT is our main focus, we are expanding our portfolio to be both in telecommunications as well as space and defense. So for us, 2021 was an eventful year. We have now over 1,000 employees, over 11 subsidiaries, and we are currently in the midst of executing in high-profile acquisitions. So regarding blockchain, we have 3 ongoing projects. We believe that this technology is very important, hence we are focusing on this as well. And I'll just give a brief explanation of the 3 projects we are having. So one of the projects we are currently doing is related to mortgages. I think that we all know how tedious and complicated mortgage requests are. There are multiple layers that need to be made with the insurance companies as well as banks. And one of the limitations we're facing is that the 2 entities are not always on the same level, especially in authentication. There's no common platform or method that can be automatized and are equally accepted by both parties. This is why our project focuses on bringing the 2 parties together, providing a way of authentication that they both accept, shortening the bureaucratic workflow of the entire mortgage request process. Currently, in this project, we already have 13 insurers as partners and 33 banks in Hungary. So our second project is related to genome sequencing research and development. This project is the #1 genome sequencing project in Hungary, and its aim is to ensure authenticity of the data that is produced within the research. The data goes through a long workflow with multiple external impacts that need to be logged and followed. These include the distance, temperature, timing, labor information, and many others, but I don't want to bore you with the expertise of a different field. So with blockchain, we try to complement with data authentication. We try to make sure that while the process is going through, nothing can be changed, and that the research is valid, and it cannot be interfered with. And our third project, we are currently at the very beginning stages of, is an EU procurement. So we are planning to get support from the EU in this project. And this project is basically focusing on industry-independent interoperable authentication infrastructure for data exchange between countries. It is a cloud-based technology. And what is important is that it does not require any expertise from the user side. We still provide a valid authentication for the data, and the capabilities are in a high volume, and it is very easy to integrate. So we are actually searching for partners, different countries, to be a part of this project, and we hope to be in the matchmaking event in early October, of course, depending on the COVID situation. But hopefully, if you're interested, then we can have a one-to-one discussion or on this event in person. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to invite the company Ilgon from Hungary to present itself. And after that, Insurwitz. Please.
Good morning. I'm Peter Molnar, CTO and founder of Ilgon and DLabs. Attila Vidakovic is my partner. He is not here today, but I will do the presentation. Maybe I won't be able to share the screens, but that's not a problem. So what do we do at DLabs and Ilgon? Actually, we are a holistic blockchain company. By holistic, I mean we are engaged in a variety of fields within the blockchain economy. Our main focus is development, so we are doing tokenization, developments, audits, and things like that. But we are also providing turnkey business solutions to our partners and do consulting, and we are also venturing into the educational part. So we give lectures in multiple universities here in Hungary. And we also have our own projects. One of the projects that we're very proud of is e-Diploma, the first blockchain-based electronic diploma platform here in Hungary. We have just issued the first diplomas here in Hungary with Milton Friedman University back in a few weeks. Throughout our developments or interactions, we realized that we need a stable and reliable and sustainable platform, also for us and also to satisfy the needs of our customers. And that's why that's how our main project, Ilgon, the Ilgon blockchain ecosystem, has been incepted. What is the Ilgon blockchain ecosystem? We wanted to build a green, fast, and super efficient blockchain platform. Basically, when you build a blockchain platform, you cannot avoid being Ethereum compatible right now. So we also built on the EVM, and we've slightly modified the consensus mechanism and the governance mechanism built into Open Ethereum Aura. We are currently running in a kind of a proof of authority operations with institutional validators onboarding, and we are moving towards proof of authority DPoS hybrid mechanism. So we try to aim to the middle of the blockchain trilemma triangle, trying to somehow fulfill all the three constraints. Our main goal is to provide business-oriented, user-friendly, and predictable platform. One of the foundation of our governance is that governance model is that businesses need to know that the platform is reliable. There are a lot of companies burned by the high gas prices or Ethereum. There will be a lot of companies burned by the Binance chain and a lot of other chains. So business applications need reliability, and our governance model tries to ensure that costs and everything is reliable and calculable. So applications won't become financially unviable after choosing the platform. Yes, where we are now, we started the Ilgon platform back in January this year, on the 3rd, 1950. That's the anniversary of Bitcoin's genesis block. That's an interesting part. We've got more than 200 TPS throughput, and we are onboarding institutional validators, mainly right now, universities from Hungary and some other business partners. And we are bridging with other Ethereum sidechains right now. What we want to achieve is to onboard as many institutional validators as possible, and as many projects as possible who wish to try Ilgon or participate in Ilgon. So we welcome anyone who would wish to become a validator on the system, or who wish to try the platform and see through how we work. And as DLabs, we are also open to any kind of partnerships, and we are looking forward to meeting other projects and other teams. Actually, we've already worked together with Inlock, the presentation before the previous presentation. Thank you for the opportunity to present here, and looking forward for the matchmaking.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite a representative from InsureWits to present their use case, and after that, Mr. Ilya from Timakun from Serbia to present their project, and after that I will give you some instructions about the next steps in that matchmaking process. Thank you.
Good morning from Hungary. Is it working? Yes, I think. Okay. Good morning. Let me introduce ourselves. In my right, he is Paco, our product innovation manager, and I'm Adam Ferencin. I'm leading the company for 2 years now. We are a group of professionals from Hungary aiming to innovate the insurance industry by creating a service that accommodates changing client needs. We believe that even the largest insurance providers are capable of innovating their service to make their solution up-to-date and customer-friendly. Our mission is to simplify, speed up, and secure business operation by utilizing big data, eliminating an error case by manual performances, and building on an unalterable nature of blockchain technology in order to help insurers providing a nuanced and variable experience to their customers improving customer relationship, and increasing brand value. In a nutshell, our solution helped to create automated claim settlement and payout processes with cutting-edge technology for insurers. We see service providers moving their customers online, digitizing their customer services, the customer journey. Banks are already doing this quite well. Now banks are very popular, and thanks to the PSD2 regulation, new opportunities have opened up for customers and service providers in Europe. The change is also happening in the insurance market. The beginning of the customer journey is fully digitized, but the digitalization of claim process is still in its infancy with chatbots and AI. So the fully online process is incomplete, in my opinion. We believe that with the parametric insurance, we can offer a new kind of innovative service to the insurers and their customers.
Hi everyone, I'm Palko. I'm the Product Innovation Manager at InsureWiz, and I would like to explain to you with this flowchart what we are doing, what we are helping insurers with to innovate their product portfolio by automating the claim processing and the settlements based on third-party data and using the blockchain technology. So first of all, the client is purchasing the insurance directly from the insurer, which can be a standalone insurance product, an add-on, or a bundle offer like a flight delay insurance built into the travel insurance product of the insurer. After this, the insurer's backend is communicating with our services using the API endpoints and sends us the insurance policy parameters. And we store the received insurance parameters in smart contracts saved on our private blockchain network. Smart contracts are continuously checking the state of damage events by referencing the parameters with our data providers. And in case a damage event occurs, the smart contracts are automatically triggering a notification to the insurer to execute the payout, but optionally we can take care of this payout as well. Let me tell you a bit about our existing product portfolio and our pipeline. MVP product Mobi is a ski lift operation. You can find the QR code in the presentation to check out how it works. It's a ski lift operation insurance product, which went live right before the COVID pandemic in 2020 January. Our current big project is a flight delay insurance on the Hungarian market with a major global insurance company built into the existing travel insurance policy of the insurance provider. Some other options where the same solution can be applied is weather or disaster insurance, but even property damage insurances like glass or water damages where the damage event can be evaluated by computer vision. So as you can see, the applications are very broad. Could you add some words about the team?
Okay, yes, the greeting is essential for success. We bring together a wealth of insurance, finance, and development knowledge with investment and an entrepreneur experience. Thank you for your attention. That was our presentation, and see you in the matchmaking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully everything works. If not, we can do this without a presentation as well. So hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers of the European Blockchain Week Forum for the opportunity to introduce our company to such a wide audience. So yes, as I said, I understand that this matchmaking is mainly focused on creating business connections between Slovenia and Hungary, but I hope that you won't mind a country coming from Serbia as well. So my name is Ilija Rankovic, and I'm working as a business developer for Timakum Blockchain Systems. Timakum Blockchain Systems is a digital agency based in Science Technology Park in Niš, Serbia. So we are a full stack and full service digital agency that aims to create unique and fully custom digital products for our clients. Of course, our main focus is innovation in the field of blockchain. While the number of blockchain enthusiasts has definitely been on the rise recently, we see immense potential for wider acceptance of this revolutionary technology. Now, we as a company offer numerous services to our clients. such as MVP and full product development, which includes the discovery phase of the project and UI and UX design, as well as front-end, back-end development. This also includes the development of smart contracts on any EVM-compatible blockchains, as well as blockchain consulting services. Now, I would like to present you with two of our projects. Firstly, with the one that we did in collaboration with our client, Social Impact Network, and then one with our in-house project called Seal the Deal. So firstly, Social Impact Network is a new generation DeFi platform that focuses on creating a bridge between the sustainable energy sector and the blockchain and cryptocurrency sector. Now, the ecosystem connects investors, borrowers, and beneficiaries and enables DeFi investors to generate positive social impact, and on the other hand, traditional impact investors to benefit from decentralized finance. The system provides high liquidity at soft loan rates to impact projects in both frontier countries and in least developed countries, as well as to provide an above average return for investors due to DeFi protocol integration. Now, the generated impact can, of course, be traced and validated through SI Network's impact measurement system, utilizing blockchain and Internet of Things. Social Impact Network is governed through its native SI token. Now, without going into too much detail, the Social Impact Network ecosystem has three main components: SI pools, vaults, and SI governance. So firstly, SI pools allows impact investors to deposit stable coins and create a strong positive impact while benefiting from all the features of DeFi and blockchain technology. The investments become more flexible, faster, and offer much higher returns than investing in the traditional impact investment markets. On the other hand, investors that are familiar with the usage of DeFi protocols can use SI vaults, which is the second core functionality of the network. And they can do it to add measurable impact to their DeFi-based yield farming. So basically, they receive farming and lending yields while creating a positive social impact by contributing to real-world projects. And then everything is connected through SI governance, which is the third main functionality of the ecosystem. SI governance basically allows users to select projects which are funded through SI pools. Governance is the SI governance is also used to hedge default risks, as it is basically an insurance protocol where holders of SI token can stake their token and receive rewards for successfully implemented and reimbursed projects. Lastly, token holders receive rewards for securing SI pool and are eligible to earn rewards for voting on project proposals or delegating their voting power. Now, I wouldn't go into much more detail. You can, of course, visit the Social Impact website on social-impact.com. I'd only like to say that our partnership with Social Impact Network has included anything from full support during the design and development process to help with pushing the product to the market. Through our work on the project, we managed to benefit from numerous partnerships, such as ones with DLT for EU, as well as the United Nations Development Program, as well as the supervision of the Google for Startups program, which helped us shape our design and development process. Now, we're currently acting as Social Impact Network brand ambassadors, and we're trying to raise awareness of both the problems that the impact investing faces, as well as the solutions offered to the market. Now, the second project I wanted to spend a bit more time talking about is our in-house project called Seal the Deal. And Seal the Deal is a mobile application that allows users to make deals in a fully transparent and trustless way on the blockchain. Seal the Deal is based on and built on the Ethereum blockchain and uses the IPFS network for its core functionalities. We have reorganized the Seal the Deal project in early 2021, where the application is now offered as a white label solution rather than a full product. This way, we can use the already existing infrastructure of Seal the Deal and adapt it to create fully custom solutions that would fit the needs of its clients that look for digitalization of their working processes. And through the creation and development of Seal the Deal, we managed to secure a position in the Science Technology Park in Niš, which is, and Science Technology Park is basically the largest
technology hub and center of innovation in southern Serbia. And by being stationed here in Science Technology Park, we are fortunate enough to access its resources and connections to further our goals, of course. Lastly, I'd like to thank you for your time. If our projects or company piqued your interest, follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, generally all social media. You can just type in Timacum. So also you can visit our website where you can learn more about Timacum blockchain systems. So it's www.timacum.com. And there you can see all the services we offer, as well as the case studies of our previous projects. Or you can check our blog where you can read more about the application of blockchain technology in various industries. So thank you very much for the time. And yeah, back to you, Nena.
Thank you, Ilya, very much for this interesting presentation. As I said at the beginning, I would like to invite you to continue that matchmaking process. We will take care of sharing all the contacts and relevant contents. I know, Ilya, that you had 2 more companies to be presented today, but in the interest of time, we limited the presentations. So they will be able to join us in the further matchmaking process. And I hope that the result will be strong regional cooperation, in which we will invite also the other people from the other Western Balkan countries and strengthen this cooperation here in this Central and Eastern European region. So I would like to thank you all for today's presentations. I invite you for a cup of coffee there, and we are back in 11 when we start with the workshops on EPSI and use cases. Thank you very much.